If you've never heard of Kiribati, pronounced Kiribati, you're not alone. This remote Pacific island nation is made up of 33 atolls and reef islands, scattered over a massive expanse of ocean, about as far away as you can get from the hustle of the modern world. It's a place where time, tide, and tradition all flow to a rhythm few outsiders ever witness. Kiribati straddles the equator, crosses the international date line, and quietly holds some of the most fascinating and endangered stories in the Pacific. Ready to journey to a land that sees the sun before almost anyone else? Let's dive into the 15 most interesting things to know about Kiribati before you even think about visiting. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe and comment more if you like content like this. Also remember to check the links in the description for a free ebook which will help with your travels. First, it's the first country to greet the new day. Kiribati is the first country in the world to see the sunrise every day. Thanks to an intentional time zone shift in 1995, the easternmost islands of Kiribati are 14 hours ahead of GMT. So if you're ever here on New Year's Eve, you'll be partying in the future. Second, the country is made of water more than land. Although Kiribati spans over 3.5 million square kilometers of ocean, its land area is only about 811 square kilometers, roughly the size of New York City. It's a country where you're never far from the sea, and where water is both life and an existential threat. Third, Tarawa is the beating heart of Kiribati. Tarawa, the capital atoll, is home to nearly half the country's population. South Tarawa is a long, thin strip of land that feels like it's floating on the sea. Because it is. It's crowded, chaotic, but full of life. North Tarawa, on the other hand, is quieter, with traditional villages, coconut palms, and a slower pace. So, here's something interesting. Kiribati actually has two official languages, English and Gilbertese, which is also called I-Kiribati. English is used in schools and government, but honestly, everyday life really happens in I-Kiribati. If you pick up just a few phrases, like say Mori, which means hello, you'll win smiles pretty much instantly. Now climate change isn't just a theory here, it's a real everyday reality. Kiribati is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world when it comes to climate change. Rising sea levels are already swallowing parts of the islands. Saltwater intrusion affects crops, and yet entire villages have had to relocate inland. The situation is so serious that the president has actually bought land in Fiji, just in case relocation becomes necessary in the future. You can still see World War II history in Tarawa. The Battle of Tarawa in 1943 was one of the bloodiest battles in the Pacific during the war. Remnants of that time, rusted tanks, bunkers, and old artillery, are still scattered around, especially on Baitio Island. It's haunting, it's quiet, and it's kind of preserved in the ocean air. And well, you won't find any fancy resorts here. Kiribati isn't Fiji, and it's definitely not Tahiti. There are no luxury beachfront hotels or cocktail bars with those iconic overwater bungalows. Instead, you'll find modest guest houses and homestays. If you're after raw authenticity and some real human connection, you're absolutely in the right place. Getting to Kiribati, that's honestly half the adventure. There are only a handful of flights into the country, and you'll most likely come in through Fiji or maybe Nauru, depending on the routes at the time. Flights are pretty infrequent and delays are, well, kind of common. So you'll need to plan ahead and keep your expectations flexible. Now about the internet, yes, it exists mostly in South Tarawa, but it's slow, expensive, and let's be real, spotty at best. It's probably best to prepare for a digital detox, bring some books, download your entertainment in advance, and just, enjoy the silence. Hey, just a quick reminder, check the links in the description for your travel gear, digital detox tools, and ocean-friendly essentials. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more ultra-rare travel tips. If you've ever visited Kiribati or another isolated island, drop a comment below. It's stories like yours that really keep the adventure alive. So let's talk food. Fish and coconut are staples of the diet here. Kiribati cuisine is simple, and honestly, it's pretty much built around whatever the ocean and land can provide. Fish, coconut, pandanus fruit, and yeah, imported rice. There's also this traditional fermented coconut sap drink called te karewe. It's a local delicacy you may or may not learn to love, but it's definitely worth a try. When it comes to culture, traditional ways are still very much alive. Communal life is at the core of I-Kiribati culture. Family compounds called mwenga include extended relatives all living together. Ceremonial dancing, chanting, and storytelling are cherished traditions, and honestly, if you're respectful and open-hearted, you might just get invited to witness or even join in. Now about the people, you'll find that the I-Kiribati are incredibly friendly. Despite their challenges, they're known for being kind, hospitable, and above all, resilient. A genuine smile and a respectful attitude will go a long way here. Just, don't try to rush conversations, they'll happen when they happen. As for packing, you'll need to be smart about it. With limited imports, you'll want to bring essentials like sunscreen, mosquito repellent, medications, and of course, snacks. Shopping is pretty minimal and choices are, well, few and far between. So be self-sufficient but also ready to adapt to island life. Getting around can be an adventure in itself. Most locals get around on foot, bicycles, or these shared minibuses called carriers. Roads are rough and sometimes flooded, and honestly, travel between islands is often by boat or tiny domestic flights. So, always allow more time than you think you'll need. And you know, this might just be the most peaceful place you've ever been. Kiribati isn't just a destination, it's a perspective shift. There's no noise, no rush, no FOMO, just ocean, wind, sun, and people who measure time in tides, not seconds. Whether you're watching the sunrise in Kiribati or listening to elders tell stories in a thatched hut, you'll feel something different here. One last thing. Kiribati is beautiful, but it's not easy. It demands patience, humility, and an open mind. But if you bring those, you'll be welcomed into a world that few outsiders ever truly see, a world that may not be here forever. So go gently, go slowly, and go with your heart wide open. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.